Hey, what's up, YouTube? I got some goodies in this video. So, we'll start, as I always do, we'll go worst to first. Although that may not be the case with this one, because I do like this a little bit better than the next one. But this is the LR90. And a lot of nice detail on this one. Real nice plain civilian livery. I think I'm going to take the other ones out of my collection, and this will be the example of this tooling until I find one I like better. But I do like that one quite a bit. This one here, Hot Wheels, I like the white one better. I'm not big on all these goofy graphics. Not big on the color red either. The front looks good. They almost have to do it that way, though, because it would look awful without the detail. And here is your proof of that. So it's a cool tooling. I like the tooling, but I do prefer the white one. This looks fantastic in this color. Much better than the green. I really like the wheels, and I love the orange. I like the way the gray rocker panel looks. I think it's just a good looking little dollar car. Nice detail on it. Matchbox is smashing it with their licensed models, for sure. Here's another example of Matchbox smashing it. I've got 4 or 5 of these little Karmann Ghias, but if you watch my videos long enough, you're well aware of the fact that I do dig silver diecast. Silver is the best color for this scale. Not on every car, but when you're talking about a color that'll pull all of the detail out of such a small model, there's no color that does it better than silver. And this one here, you get all the detail. So, nicely done Matchbox. It almost looks like a premium casting. It's so nice. So nicely done. So that's pretty awesome. A couple more main lines that I found tonight. Let's see what we got here. Oh, I found 2 more of these at the grocery store. Getting my wife her creamer. How awesome is that? I've only found one other one of these. So this car has been major elusive for me. Very hard for me to find. So that was cool. I found 3 more of this one. I've had a little bit more luck with the R33. I think I've got around 10 of them now. And I think it's one of Hot Wheels' nicest Skylines they've done. It's definitely, as far as the R32, R33, and R34 go, to me, this is by far the nicest tooling. Some of their older vintage Skylines, like the R30, is an awesome tooling. The Ken Mary, the C210 is probably the best overall Hot Wheels Skyline. But I don't have the Hako wagon yet, so all of that may change when I get my hands on that one. Now the rest of these, I'm going to crack open. So I never did find this one. I saw it a couple times and I never grabbed it. And the intention was, well, I'll pick it up at some point. And then I never found it again. So I was glad to find it tonight. 55 Chevy, and it just looks great. I love, it's like a pearlescent yellow with the purple flames. Awesome casting. Really nice tooling. A lot of potential with this casting. I don't believe it's a new tooling for Hot Wheels. This one here you've all seen. I know I had it, but I sold a lot of my Datsun trucks, and I think this was in that lot that I sold. So I don't have it. So I had to pick another one up. There was like probably 6 or 7 of these there tonight. And then this one here, same thing as the yellow Chevy. I saw it and then figured I'd grab it next time around. And all of these cars have just eluded me, just like the blue Ken Mary has. I just can't find these cars. The scalpers are just going crazy. I did just find this one in maroon, which looks awesome. But this blue color, look at that metal flake. That's a great color. And that's a cool tooling. Being a JDM collector, I have to grab all these. What else? I got this. I don't know why, but I did. I used to have the whole Car Culture set. And I actually had a loose one and a carded one, and I sold both of them. So now I'm just kind of one at a time picking them back up. That's a really cool Porsche. Not big on these wheels. I actually don't like these wheels. But I know a lot of you collectors out there are digging them. Just not for me. What else? Yeah, so I'm like looking through all this stuff, and I can see at my Kroger's on the ice cream aisle at the end cap, they have a little Hot Wheels display. And I'm going through and I'm like, yeah, it'd be so nice if I could hit a Super. It's been so long. And then I go over to the toy aisle. And there's a whole bunch of these. And, you know, it's like 10 o'clock on a Saturday night. So, Lord knows how long this thing hung there on the pegs without being scooped up. Anyways, first time in probably at least 6 months. Very, very cool find. It's definitely not my first choice at a Super, and the card is totally destroyed, which obviously, if you know me, you know I couldn't care less about that. So that's pretty dope. I'm not going to open this one just yet, but I am going to open it. Just not quite yet. Because I have some others that I want to open. Starting with circa 2002. Revell Diecast Adult Collectibles, The Fast and the Furious. So this is the first movie. Issue number 118. It's been so long since I've seen the movie that I don't remember the truck in the movie. But I can tell you, I know that these Revells are pricey. They are all getting up there. It doesn't matter if it's a Lowriders or one of the import castings, or pretty much all Revell diecast is getting kind of expensive. And this is actually a really nice tooling. And I don't have this generation of F-150, so that's pretty dope. Opening hood. This is like a late 90s body style. I wonder if there's TM and trademark and copyright Universal Studios. And then 2001 China. And then that's it. But it's a plastic base. Wow. That's pretty cool. On the plastic base, the spare, which is part of the base molding, but they even molded tread, sidewall tread. A lot of detail on this plastic base. And rubber tires with tread. Really cool truck. I actually dig it quite a bit. It's not the best detail that I've seen. Engine detail looks really good though. That's some really nice engine work. And then this gray interior, that is so period correct. These late 90s F-Series trucks is either tan or that brownish tan color or gray. Really nice rolling truck. Tailgate does not open, though it looks like it might. Will you go close the door, please? Thank you. Real careful. Really nice detail. Tail lights, reverse lights, license plate. You got the Ford badge. I kind of wish they would have detailed the tailgate hatch and the door handles. But the Racer's Edge, don't really know what all that says. Side view mirrors, which are painted. And that's just a cool truck. I dig it. I really like it. Not sure what this goes for. Most of these Revels that I see are selling for at least $20. And I did get a couple more on my coffee run. So that's not the only Revel that I got. These two are, this one is circa 2000. And I gotta tell you, these things are sweet. And this particular casting is, I don't know if it's the most desirable, but it's definitely one of the most desirable. And these things are pulling a lot of cash on eBay. So, there it is. Revell Collectibles 1:64 scale die-cast replica. 1990 Chevy S10 pickup Wizard's Spell with the rotating bed and the exclusive positionable axles. Now this one here has the tri-spoke wheels, which at the time, in the 90s, the TriStar wheels were very popular. A lot like spinners in the early 2000s. You don't see these anymore, just like you don't see spinners anymore. But anyways, let's crack this open. These are very, very, very hard to find, and I feel pretty lucky that I was able to find these Revels. I see people on IG that have these S10s. They post pictures. And I'm like, man, I just got to get one of those. I want one of those so bad. That is awesome, man. That is so freaking cool. It actually has a really nice stance, and those TriStars look really good on that too. Man, that is sick. I love it. Really nice S10 tooling. I don't know if I've seen. So Johnny did. It was the S10. They did the Blazer, the Typhoon, and the Cyclone. This tooling, I think, is a lot more accurate, a lot better. And there's your adjustable axles, although I can't get it to stay up. I'm afraid I'll break it. Yeah, I mean, I know that these axles pop up, but I don't know what locks them up into place. And I really don't want to risk breaking these castings because they're not cheap. But there's your there's your rotating bed, which I guess might have been a thing back then. It doesn't really stay in any given position. But an awesome looking little truck. And these are metal body, plastic base. The bed is die cast. I mean, when you pull this thing off, you can feel how heavy just the bed is. And then there's the cab. But that thing's got a really nice stance, though. It looks really good cruising. So, super happy to add that to the collection for sure. Oh, lucky me, that is not the only one that I got. This one is the Electra Slide, and this has the 100-spoke Daytons, and I like these wheels better. I actually like the TriStars more than I thought now that it's out of the package, but I definitely like the Daytons better. I've got a 64 Impala with these Daytons on it, and they look pretty killer in my opinion. So, okay, so this one is definitely more, I think this one's definitely more functionable. The axle stays up. There's the bed. I have to say, though, Hot Wheels did a better job with the lowrider axles. And that's kind of cool. It still rolls, but Hot Wheels had the, it was like a ball joint. And it can pivot pretty much, it can articulate pretty much any way you want it to. So Hot Wheels did a better job on the suspension part of the lowriders. However, Revell did a better job on the overall aesthetics. I definitely think the Revells look better. So one of these tires is rotting away like an old rubber band. So that's unfortunate, but not too big of a deal. If I have to, I have this car here, which is one of the only two others that I have. This is a 59 Impala. I would take the wheels or the tires off of this in a heartbeat to make the S10 right. Because this right here, $10, maybe $15 car. This right here, I don't even know, but probably closer to 30. Not to mention the fact, I think it's from a diecast perspective, it's a much more unique vehicle to have. Not that the 59's not. 59 Impalas, there aren't a ton of them in the 1:64 scale, but this just isn't really the nicest one. It's got a really nice candied orange color paint, but that's about it. The detail is just not that great. It is there, but when you compare it to what I am used to collecting, like Greenlight and Auto World, it just doesn't stack up. But it's still an awesome looking car. Nice looking lowrider. And it also has the 100-spoke Daytons, but this one has them in chrome. This one also has the hydraulics on it. These have opening trunks too. With the S10s, you don't obviously have an opening trunk. What you have instead is the articulating bed. And then here's the 64 that I've got. This one has the same wheels as the Electra Slide S10. 100-spoke Daytons right here. Same wheels and tires. But I do like these tri-spokes. TriStar wheels look good. And so, there you have it. That is the video. That's kind of interesting, isn't it? You know what? Screw it. Let's just go ahead and do this. Hell, it's already halfway open anyways. There's the treasure hunt. Man, this thing doesn't roll for shit. The rear wheels are all log jammed. I mean, it rolls, it just doesn't roll great. So there you go. That is the first Super I have found in a very long time. I'll have to check my phone. I keep a list of the date and the... I know I'm not the only one that does this. I only do it with Supers. I should do it with other with other chase cars, but I don't. But with Supers, I know the day, the time, not the time, but I know the day and the location of each Super that I've ever found. So, and I was finding a ton of them. I was living out in Maricopa, which is a small town like 15 miles south of Phoenix, and I was like the only collector out there. And so I found tons of chase cars out there. There was one Walmart. I found all the M2 chases. I found an Auto World Raw, and I probably found 15 or 20 Supers in the 13 months I was there. But then I moved to the big city, and now I can't find crap. It is just ruthless out here how many collectors there are. And so pretty much when I want something, I just go to the secondary market to get it. And I for sure wouldn't go to the secondary market for this Super. In fact, there's no Super that I would go to the secondary market for. Unless someone has one and I have something to trade. So there you go. That's the haul for today. Not too shabby. Not great. Actually, I take that back. These two trucks might make it great. The Super definitely doesn't. I mean, it's nice, but I would, if anybody wants that, I would trade it. Anyways, there you go. Oh, one other thing too. I found a couple more cars. I don't buy a lot of M2, but check this thing out. That thing is wicked. That is a 57 Chrysler 300C. Also found blacked out Johnny Lightning, a 1961 Pontiac Catalina. This thing, I know a lot of people are like, that thing is nice, it's nice. It's okay. The black and red with the red line tires gives it a good look. But I'm sorry, this is the nicest Catalina that's ever been cast in the scale. There's just not a comparison. Now, granted, this is a 61, this is a 62, but there are some differences, but there are also a lot of similarities. But Johnny Lightning, for one, is way off on the scale. Actually, way off on the scale. But I don't know. It's $6. These Johnny Lightning cars are not worth $6. I'm sorry, they're just not. Unless it's like, you know, an International Scout or a Land Cruiser or a Gremlin. Most of these castings are not worth $6. So, and then one other thing, I'm at 23 minutes. I'm going to try to make this very quick because I know if you guys follow me on Instagram, you've probably already seen this. But I've been working on this for a buddy of mine. And I think I'm pretty much done. I think I need to add a tree. And then once there's a tree added, I think we'll be good to go. But you guys all saw this a couple videos ago. I just had the gravel down, and then I had dirt running along this side and up along that side. And then this was just the light brown gravel. So today what I did is I gave it some vegetation and some earth. And I used quite a bit of different things. I had two different colors of grass. One of them was a earth blend. One of them was a green. Both of those were fine. And then this light green color is a coarse grass from Woodland Scenics. And I have to say, that stuff, that is a great texture for this type of terrain. It really looks like it belongs. And then obviously the bushes and the shrubs and some plants, and we got some deadfall, and we got some rocks and some boulders, and we have a roadblock here. And so this is pretty much the end result. It's just a matter of getting a tree or two on here, which I may or may not do. I may leave that up to him. And I think the result's pretty good, though. I'm pretty happy with it. So hopefully this is what he had in mind when he requested that I do it. Of course, he may, when he asked if I would do it, he may have just been thinking, he probably won't do it, but I'll ask him. But I actually enjoy doing this kind of stuff, so. But after seeing this, that's the last thing I'll show you. So when you look at this gravel road here, there's some complexity to it. You know, it's not just throwing dirt down and gluing it down. There's some pretty semi-complex method to the application. But I think it's a good end result. There's a lot of different colors for contrast, and there's a lot of different sizes, and, you know. But when you look at this, I think it's a good look. But then you come down here to my diorama's dirt road, and it's like, yeah, it leaves a lot to be desired. It just goes to show you how far from finished my layout is. After finishing this one today, it makes me realize I'm probably less than half done on this layout here. But anyways, this thing came out really nice. I like these, you know, when you're done, you know, I don't have to worry about any of it falling off. They don't really make a mess. They make a huge mess when you're making them. But once you get everything glued down, they really don't make a mess at all. So, anyways, there you go. Thank you, everybody, for checking it out. As always, I appreciate the support. And I'll be back as soon as I can with some more diecast. Have a good Sunday, and happy hunting.